another great week on the way. Looking at our results from last week, you're starting to get some separation. Picked up another 3 wins on me and another 3 points in the process. Most of those coming from that BYU SMU game. I'm out on the Mustangs. 1 week too late. Shout out the Cougars. Shout out Drew Russell for coming through. You also had Pitt over Cincinnati. 1 point there, so it didn't sting me too bad. And then we were down the sheet the rest of the way. We both missed on Kansas, both missed on Texas Tech. But another great week for you. I mean, outstanding stuff. 3 losses through 2 weeks. 25-3 is not a bad place to be.
We're both cooking though, Brandon. I mean, 23-5 is not bad for you, and you did better than me on that points prediction on the Kansas loss as well as the Texas Tech loss. I had a little more confidence that they could get it done, and they
stopped the bleeding a little bit.
So it did. You're right there. You're only down 3, so it's been a very competitive slate so far.
I mean, call me the Iowa State Cyclones. We're bending, not breaking, and then we're going to try to make a run late here. But another great slate here. Probably not as great. A couple of good games, but this is really where teams start to get into try to get one more cupcake game in before conference play starts. But we'll start up top. Arizona State and Texas Tech 1 through 13. I'll go. I guess I'll get started. Give me Arizona State in 5.
Yeah, I'm with Arizona State as well. Not an easy road game. I think Texas State could make it a little interesting, but I'll go Arizona State. I'll go 6. I'll go 6 on Arizona State.
Let's see here. All right, so we got rid of 5, and then we get rid of 6. UNLV and Kansas. Boy, it feels bad to pick Kansas losing 2 weeks in a row. I don't know how I feel about that, but UNLV looks pretty nasty. They're coming to run through the Big 12. But I'm still going to take Kansas at a 2. I don't feel very good about them, especially if Jalen Daniels plays the way that he did.
Yeah, and UNLV is not bad. That's a good Mountain West program. They have the slot machine turnover deal, Brandon, which is kind of funny.
Yes, they do.
Like that for UNLV. That's one of my favorite traditions. But for real, I got Kansas as well. And I'm looking at the rest of the slate. These are just I feel like I got to think on these games this week. I'm going to show a little more faith in Kansas than you. I'm going to go 7.
Okay, all right.
I don't love it, Brandon, but I feel I got to go gutsy because I'm looking at some of these games. I'm like, I can't go full confidence on some of these.
Yeah. This is one. I think this will have to be my 1-point game, one way or the other. But Kansas State and Arizona, not technically a conference game, but in Manhattan, Kansas State had to grind out a win. I mean, Arizona kind of grinded out a win too. It kind of feels like they're in the same spot. What are you thinking here?
Tough game. I still think Kansas State will get it done, but boy, Arizona could light them up. I mean, because they gave up 320 passing yards last week. Oh, I don't love this pick. I'm going Kansas State, but it's only a 2. Because I think this is it's non-conference. It doesn't count towards the conference mark, but that doesn't take away that this could be a good game. I got 2, Kansas State. Oh
boy, I'm kind of thinking this is going to turn into a shootout, and I like the guns for Arizona more. Not very sold on it, so I'll take Arizona with 1 here. But I think they have what it takes for Kansas State. And you went with the 2, right?
Yeah, I did, yes.
Okay. And that brings us to Oklahoma State, Tulsa. Sneaky game in Tulsa. I don't know how they talked Pokes into going on the road, but give me Oklahoma State. Trying to survey because I feel pretty good about them. Give me them at a 10.
Yeah, I mean, sooner or later, I have to trust these schools to get something done. I'm with you. I got to trust them on the road. They did get 2 nice wins already. Oklahoma State as well. I'm going to go even more gutsy. I'm going to give them a 12.
Ooh.
It's scary because, we're to the point now, Brandon, I'm just not looking at any, sure gimmies. I feel like we had great gimmies the first 2 weeks. And even our gimme last week turned out not to be a gimme. So, I don't know.
And this game up next, I would have thought would be a gimme going into the preseason, but not anymore. I guess Texas Tech. Uh, Chandler Morris has been very good for North Texas, by the way, the TCU transfer.
Interesting.
Um, yeah, picked up a 35-20 win over Stephen F. Austin. I guess I got to go Texas Tech in Lubbock. At 3, not very confident, but that's where I'm
Exact
going.
same thing, Brandon. I'm Texas Tech is 3 as well. I don't have any confidence in this program right now. We'll see. Let's see what adjustments they make.
Yep.
So, but Texas Tech 3 as well. We'll rep our conference.
Cincinnati and Miami of Ohio. I think this is where we'll see what Satterfield's about. We'll see if he can get the troops back up and going. Good win week 1, gritty, tough loss. Giving up a comeback to Pittsburgh in week 2. I'm gonna give it to Cincinnati. 4, 6, 6. I'll go 6.
I hate this game for Cincinnati. I
I
really do. I mm, I hate to do this to you, Cincinnati. I'm going Miami. I'm going 5.
Miami with the 5. It could be a swing game. Now we're
That's
talking.
gonna be. I mean, that's points, Brandon. Now we're finally we're after all these this is one of our few games we've disagreed on this year. I think we've been in
Yeah,
total sync before then.
been pretty lockstep.
Yeah.
West Virginia and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, despite beating Cincinnati last year, I didn't think they looked very good. I really like West Virginia. I think a lot of people are going to be down on them just based off of getting beat up on by Penn State. I think Penn State's really good despite them struggles. So give me West Virginia, and then let's get. Boy, let me take a look at the slate here. You see that's going to be a close one, so I'll keep that 4. Let's go. We got to put a 13-pointer on eventually. I think this is the
Yeah.
spot. I think this has to be the spot. I don't feel
Spot
great
for you.
about that, but yeah, we got to put it on the board eventually. Actually, no. I see where I want to go. I'll go 12, but still, that 12's got to be here somewhere.
Old school rivalry in this one, Brandon. These two schools despise each other. There is so much hate. And just because of that, I can't go against our brother in West Virginia. I've got to support them. I'm not as confident, though. I'm going to go West Virginia. I'm going to go a 9.
See, I definitely feel closer to a 9, but I mean that 12's got to get off the board eventually.
You have to do it. I mean, that's the problem, Brandon.
Yeah.
With this point system has really mixed it up for us this year.
I'm
It
having
really
a
forces
blast
me to
with it.
think way more.
Let's see here. Utah and Utah State. This is the one that forced me to call off the dogs on the 13-pointer there. Bonus points of Cam Rising's healthy. Going against Iowa football legend Spencer Petras if he's available. Yeah, it has to be the 13-pointer.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, Utah 13. It's got to come off eventually, and this is as good as I'm going to feel for a game this week in the Big 12. So I'm with you on that.
All right. TCU, our first conference game, if I'm not mistaken, of the season. TCU and UCF. I like that TCU's at home. I think this will be a good measuring stick for them. What do you think here?
You know what? I praise Gustavo enough, so I'm going to give it to Gustavo. Give me Central Florida on the road, but I'm not hyper confident. I'm going to go 4.
4. I'm also going to go 4 points here.
I think we're splitting. I get the feeling diverging.
But I can't use that 4. I gotta save that for a future game here. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of big numbers on the board here, Drew. So I think I may have. Well, there's no good
I
answer
know,
here.
but there isn't.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, once we insert that number, it's final. We can't change. We have to make the call on the fly.
That's right. And boy, the 3rd week in a row we've done this. The 3rd week in a row that I have not looked at this and planned it out in any way, shape, or form. So that's a problem. That's on me. I think Fort Worth's going to be pretty ruckus. I mean, Vegas isn't even helping me out here. TCU is a 0.5 point favorite. So it's a pick 'em. Unbelievable. Again, I think if this is in Disney World, it's a different story. But give me TCU. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7, I guess. I
7?
guess.
Okay. 7 it is. All right. All right.
All right.
Baylor
Air
Air Force,
Force and
Brandon.
Baylor. Also, don't feel great about this one. But I've been told Baylor's supposed to be better. Um, so give me them an 8. That's disgusting. I hate that, but that's
Yeah,
where
I
we're
got
at.
people eventually. I don't love Baylor. This one I could kill me. But I'm doing Baylor 11. I got to get it off. So
Yeah,
give
this
me
is
the Bears.
tough.
It's a winnable game, no question.
Colorado State. I've been saving my 4-pointer for this one. I think Colorado State's going to get them. I think
I do too.
the depth is going to start to show up for Colorado. Like I said, Shyler Sanders is out. Colorado State has a lot of good tape on Colorado now after what happened on Saturday night, as well as, I mean, infinite amount of bulletin board material. I think Colorado State gets
Yep.
them out, and I've been saving it. This 4-pointer. It's been tough because I would have loved to have used that against the TCU game or the Baylor game, but give me the Rams at home to really derail the Buffalo season.
Yeah, this is a tough game for me, Brandon, but sooner or later, I got to trust. I'm also taking Colorado State. I got to pick a big number. I have to. I just don't
Whoa!
trust Houston enough. So I'm going to go. I've already got 11 off the board. I'm going to go 8. I'm going to go 8. Colorado State.
I thought this
Can't
was
do
the one
10.
that you were saving that 1-pointer for, but I respect it.
Shows how I feel about Houston.
Boy, I'm just looking at the numbers I have left. Let's lock in here.
Yeah,
Houston. Shout outs. George Cooper, Bryce Legend. Oh boy, 9 or an 11. Give me a 9 for Houston. That's disgusting. I
yeah,
hate
no, and
this.
see, and I was weighing that back and forth. I'm like, I don't know. Houston's kind of. I don't trust them. I got Houston, but I got 1.
That's
Like
a good one.
I just didn't see. I mean, I know they compete against OU and they can easily win. That'd be a boon for you, but I don't have enough faith. I did see how they played week 1. I didn't forget that.
Then BYU and Wyoming. Process of elimination. We're going BYU with 11. Whoops.
Yeah, I'm going BYU too. I'm just gonna. This is just keeping up with the Joneses here, and I'll take the 10. You and I can suffer together with big point losses. So.
Oh my gosh, this might take us down, but I mean we're in good shape. 106 points to 109, pretty big numbers.
The
Again,
win
that's just
loss isn't going to
context.
change. For that points total, we're going to see some separation for one of us next
That's
week.
right, one way or the other. But oh my gosh, this is unbelievable slate. What are you looking forward to the most about this Big 12 slate?
Great games across the board, Brandon. I really am looking forward to West Virginia versus Pittsburgh. That's such a fun rivalry. I think people forget how good of a rivalry that is. Arizona, Kansas State's the other one I'm keeping a very close eye on. That's a fun game. Doesn't count towards the conference standings. That's, I think, it'll be interesting. And then, of course, Colorado State. How do you not have some investment in that game, considering a classic that they played last year?
Unreal stuff. Awesome. Well, that'll do it for us here today. Another great Big 12 slate. I think we'll learn a lot more about these teams. I think we'll learn more about Colorado. I think we'll learn a lot more about Arizona and Kansas State. I think we'll learn a lot more about UCF and TCU as we get into the thick of September. But any final thoughts before you sign off for another great week of Big 12 football?
It's a Cyclone State, ladies and gentlemen.
Cyclone State, Iowa, Ensign State now. Go Clones.
Go Clones.